Hi and welcome. Today I have a piece for my larger ring journal, and I start out with a piece of 5 by 5.5, I think, mixed media paper, and I've sprayed some salvaged patina stain, distress stain on my mat, and I'm just using a card to kind of spread it out, hoping to kind of get some striations there, but I didn't get as many as I was hoping for, but I'm gonna make it work. And so I give it a dry, and then I come in with my next layer, which is bundled sage, and that's an Oxide Spray. So I'm giving just some little sprays on it, and then give it a dry. I'm going to come in then with a stencil that I cut on my Cricut and a baby wipe, and just give a little bit of dimension and texture to that spray. As long as it's not been sealed with a fixative, it's still water reactive, and so a baby wipe has enough in it to give it to move it around. And here I'm just removing some. And to give those a little bit more prominence, I use a Posca Paint Pen in white and just circle around those dots. And then I'm going to take this stamp. This is a Stampers Anonymous stamp by Ranger Tim Holtz. And I'm just putting on some white pigment ink and stamping it in place. And this doesn't dry real fast, so I have a chance to add some embossing powder, and that will be translucent or clear, and I think it's Kaleidoscope, just to give the page a little bit of shimmer. And I put the rest of the embossing powder back in the jar. And I embossed it real quick there. And my next step, I'm going to be using some distress ink. I believe this is Mermaid Lagoon. It's either Mermaid Lagoon or Peacock Feathers. I think it's Mermaid Lagoon. And I have a stencil here, and I'm just adding a little more visual interest. I like that. I think that looks good. And then I'm going in with another stamp, and that is a StazOn Ink stamp. I think it was like Blue Hawaii, or yeah, I think that was it, Blue Hawaii. And I don't put it on a block because I just want portions of the stamp, not like a whole solid image. So I just tap it in different places, and I use different parts of the stamp or rotated it a different direction just to give a little bit of the stamp, but not a full image. And off camera, I did a little bit of collaging there with, there's a gelli print, there's an old scrapbook sheet, actually 2 gelli prints. And then the bottom one is a piece of old paper that I had, and I stamped it with a stamp to kind of give it a broken window or crackle look. And now I'm taking a butterfly image I have, and I glued it onto some black cardstock, and I'm going to cut it out. So I have that out, and I just bend the wings just a little bit, but I think it's got to be sitting on something. And so I get my black cardstock out again, and I have a blue jelly roll pen. That doesn't seem to work very well at the very beginning, but then the jelly ink starts to flow, and I have to retrace a few of those lines. This is kind of like a glitter or shimmer metallic, I think it is. I think it's a metallic blue. So I just finished drawing up a leaf stem. And then I'll cut it out. Okay, so my leaf stem's cut out, and I'm just going to take some of my Tombow glue stick and give the butterfly a little bit of stem or leaf to fly about or perch on. But I think that butterfly needs a little bit of something, so I get my embossing pen and just put a few of the spots in the body. I put some on so that I can add some more embossing powder. And then I get my heat tool out and give that a finish, and that got nice and shiny in those areas. And before I glue on my butterfly, I'm just going to take some black StazOn ink and buff around the edges. glue on my butterfly. Just doing the body portion of it so that the wings don't stay flat. I don't want them to really come out a lot, but I don't want them to be flat. Oh, you know, also when I did the collage, I also did some circles with a blue Posca Paint Pen and then circled around that and added some dots in a white Posca Paint Pen. I forgot I did that. So I'm adding my sentiment, what a wonderful world. And now I'm just going to seal up the areas down there below. And that's it. I hope it inspires you to create some art. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and you have a great day.